right, so just looking at AVAX, looking at some of these patterns that are forming here and coming to conclusions. I believe that the AVAX avalanche pattern is basically within a D wave since the lows. We've seen the first 5 waves up. I believe we've seen an A, B, C. We're currently in a D wave. So within that D wave, I believe we are in wave A, right? And sorry, we did see wave A. We are now in wave B, right? So wave B in progress. So within that wave B, if we just zoom into the 15-minute chart, right? I believe we saw an A and an expanded B, right? You can see here, it's very interesting, this pattern. Had an A, B, C for B, a small C wave, right? And then a D wave at the top, followed by now E wave down. So I'm taking a trade on this one. My stop is at 39.49. And I'm hoping that this will go down to at least the top of wave A, and it could stop there or it might continue lower, right? I wouldn't be surprised if it did go lower, but I'd want to sort of wait for that correction to occur in wave 2 first before I assume that it's going lower. But the reason why it probably could go lower, I suppose, is because it it's not much of a correction in terms of, it doesn't look like much of a correction in terms of what it's done already. Um, you know, an A, B, C, D expansion that only went about that far, right? It hasn't really expanded that much compared to the first move, right? And it's really only touched the 0.382, and really I'd say it probably could come back lower, potentially to at least the 50% mark. All right, could go lower, I don't know. That's interesting because then we're going to see a pump for wave C. So wave B will end at some point, and then we're going to get a move similar to this move. So it's going to be a pretty good move once we see that correction. So at this point, it's a very interesting point in time for this particular crypto. It does move pretty well when it decides to. But then there's even more action coming, because obviously the patterns are fractal, and we're just seeing one tiny little piece of the pie here, puzzle. So yeah, I'm shorting this now, and we need to just continue lower for that to obviously make sense. But the patterns at the top here indicate we have a 1-2. We had another 1-2, and now we should break lower. So if you like this particular crypto and you want to hear more about it, let me know, and I'll catch you on the next one.